All right. Gosh, hopefully I can hear myself okay. Can you guys hear me? Just need to make sure. Put this down here, actually. Whew. Yes? Okay, cool. Dope, dope, dope. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. Actually, I'm gonna take this off. Oh man. Whew. What's up, peeps? How you guys doing? How you doing? How you doing? How's it going? How's it going? How's it rolling? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Castle has been streaming today. Yeah, he was on that. We have a clip from that. Castle's so tough. Castle's awesome. So good, clan. What's up? Why are people comparing Cooper Flag to Wemby? I'm not going over that. I saw that. Like, somebody said he can affect winning better than Wemby or something dumb. And it's like, well, probably, man. He literally has Kyrie and Anthony Davis. He's going to a team with two veterans. Like, yeah, maybe he can affect winning more than Wemby could his rookie year. What a stupid take. That was really frustrating when I saw that. I was like, that's dumb. Yeah, I immediately said we're not going over that. That's so dumb. It's uninteresting to me. It's uninteresting to me. That's really why I didn't want to go over it. It's just kind of uninteresting. Like, there's really nothing to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nas is re-signing with the Wolves. More than likely, guys, what the Spurs are going to do is try to find a vet that hopefully doesn't cost that much. Kind of like what we're doing with Harrison Barnes, right? Kind of a placeholder, but can, do the job fairly well. That's what you have to do at this point. Like, they have to get a backup big. There's no way around this. I know some Spurs fans have mentioned Bobo, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have an opinion about it. I haven't watched a lot of Bobo this past season, but I'm not the biggest fan of his game, to be honest. But I haven't watched him in a minute. I want Luke Cornett. We need to get Yabusele. Yeah, that would be huge. That would be a good one. I don't think he's leaving, but guys with Orlando is awesome. I know. I heard people talk about Vucevic as someone who can come. That's not like in the news. I just heard people talking about it, like Spurs fans. This light is a little bright, man. It's kind of bothering me. I feel like Chet Holmgren. The light is just too bright. That's a little better. How many roster spots do we have left? I expect another trade, but that's just me. I don't know. You guys can hate me, but I just don't know if Keldon fits. Okay, so we'll start with the lesser of the news, right? Have we looked at this? Okay, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I want... Hold on. I want to show you something. Okay. Yeah, I want to start with this. Okay. All right, guys. We got a lot of stuff to go over in this live stream. Okay. Obviously, we're gonna break apart all the segments, but I want to start with this, right? And you're probably like, of course you want to start with this. Okay. You absolutely love Jeremy Sohan. Of course you want to start with this. Well, you know what? I kind of do. So Sohan has been posting, or him not personally, but it's been a lot of coaches posting him shooting in the gym, right? This is from June 20th. We might have went over this one. I don't know. It's been like 6 different videos that people have posted. I don't think he's posted them himself. He's reposted a few of them. But for the most part, he hasn't really posted it. But we can definitely see that his form has improved significantly, right? I want to read this, and I also want to watch this. But the reason being is because I saw quite a few people over the course of the last couple weeks compare this to Ben Simmons, right? Where people are saying like, well, you can't just look at the footage of him shooting in an open gym. It doesn't really mean anything. Ben Simmons does this all the time. And I want to draw a comparison here between him and Ben Simmons when it pertains to this topic in particular, okay? Because to me, there is a significant... Oh, my camera stopped for a minute. Camera okay? Okay. There is a significant difference between him and Ben Simmons as far as what's being posted, okay? Because... Okay, we'll do that. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me read over this first, okay? Because I do love this analysis here from Point Made Basketball. So he says here, in year 3, Jeremy Sohan really simplified his game, focusing on being an interior attacker who thrived off cuts and as a roll man. And I would like to add to you guys that he is top of the league of this. He has been, last time we checked, he was top 3, right? Right behind Nikola Jokic as far as being a roll man. Like, he's very efficient, very efficient. And it says 81% of his field goal attempts came from within the 3-point line, up from 76% and 71% in his previous 2 seasons. As a result, his field goal percentage was a career high 54%, up from 45 and 44% respectively. His shift in play style also got him to the free throw line more consistently, helping him secure a big increase in true shooting percentages from 51% in the first 2 seasons to 58% last season. Now he's just a consistent 3-point shot away from unlocking his full potential, and that's exactly what he's been working on this offseason. He tied a career high by shooting 30.8% from 3 last season. He shot way less threes too, by the way, last season, so there's that. But and video of shooting throughout the offseason have shown that his form has become a lot more fluid. Becoming a reliable perimeter shooter will make him an even more dangerous complement to Wemby and company, especially since he already shown elite defensive flashes too. This is the only thing I disagree with. I don't think there's been flashes. I think he's just been an elite defender, right? Statistic wise and the eye test, in my opinion. But that's just me. So with all this being said, I do want to draw a comparison between him and Ben Simmons because I think there is a significant difference, okay? And I'm going to allow the chat, right? We got, how many people we got in here? 100. I know we just started the stream, so like 130 people, right? I want the chat to tell me if you can tell the difference between these 2 videos, okay? So I'm just going to play this one. There's been many Sohan ones, but I'm going to play this one, and then I'll play the Ben Simmons one, right? And let's just see if anyone can tell the difference between the 2. All right, should be fun. I'm gonna keep it muted because there is copyright music on this, and I already know how YouTube works. Are we watching? Keep watching. Keep watching. All right, I think that's enough. Well, I mean, we're at the end anyways. Here's another pass. And by the way, all of his videos are like this, okay? All the videos are like this. Very great form. Much better. Looks wet. It does. It does. It does look wet. It is a nice form. It is a very nice. Did you change your name, July? I don't like that. Change it back. I don't like that. That's throwing me off. I don't like it. I don't like it. Change it back. All right. So you saw that. Now let's look at Ben Simmons, okay? Now you guys tell me what's the difference between these 2, okay? What's the difference between me and you? All right, like Eminem. Listen. Or watch. Oh, this don't have any music anyway, so I wouldn't have to mute it anyway. But All right. What's the difference here? What do you notice? What do you notice? What do you notice? What do you notice about this? Okay, someone got the first thing that I noticed. Form is absolutely horrible. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not a basketball genius or anything like that. But I just know that it's going to be a little bit more inconsistent when there's like it's inconsistency with the spin on the ball. The ball is rotating to the left, which I mean, I guess if it goes in, it goes in, but that's one thing I noticed. Now there's something flared elbow mostly. It's really bad. It's ugly form, okay? But there's one thing in particular that I think is very telling, okay? And this is why I don't like people comparing Ben Simmons to Sohan as far as shooting wise in these videos that are coming up. Sohan is a difference in mentality. He is willing to improve and grow where Ben Simmons is not. The fact he shot one-handed free throws just to improve is enough proof. Well, of course. All right. He's a gym rat. And, you know, obviously we can bring up how Ben Simmons doesn't even attempt threes. Exactly. You got it. He got it. The chatter just got it. You guys see that? Read it. So many cuts in the vid. That's what I notice. Every time I see a Ben Simmons clip, there's like, I hit 2 in a row, time to cut. I hit 2 in a row, time to cut. And it also just seems like inconsistency as far as what are you working on? You know, like it's just a marketing strategy at this point. Like, look, I can shoot. Look at that. Look, just shoot. I mean, it's like, what are we? And every single Jeremy Sohan clip is intentional, right? It's very obvious what he's working on, and it'll be like a minute to 2 minutes long of him just shooting. Right? But this right here, this is just shooting around. This is just shooting around and then cutting to something else. Guys, if I was in an open gym, I would look pretty good too if I can cut like that. Practice highlights? Yeah, it's very obvious, right? It's very obvious. So you guys got it. You got it. The form is pretty off, and then there's a lot of editing. Exactly, Obi-Wan. I see Obi-Wan in the chat. Good job with Anakin, by the way. Don't blame yourself for what happened. But yeah, so you guys get it. You understand. He doesn't miss. How come they're not showing the misses? That's another thing too, Mitchell. I saw a clip of Sohan. It was about a minute long. He missed one of them. He missed one of the shots. But it was just showing the improvement because there's no way he would have hit that many in a row last year, right? He just got better and better. This is BS. This is bull. This right here is bull crap. I'll just be real with you. This is bull crap. Clan, show us some of your gym shoot around footage, please. I mean, there's a court not that long or not that far from me. I could literally go out there and make a edited video real quick. I'll look just as good as Ben Simmons. Like, this is ridiculous, right? So that I think that's a very telling difference. So when people are so quick to say, hey, it doesn't matter, because obviously it's gonna, what matters the most is what you do. I looked up there again. I gotta get used to the camera right here. What really matters is what you do on the court, and I understand that. I understand that deeply, okay? But you got to take it for what it is, okay? It's been several years with Sohan, and we've seen gradual improvements in his form, and he's actively working on it. In every single clip that we see of him, it's not BS. It's very obvious what they're working on. It's very obvious that it's not edited, and you can see that the form has improved, right? So there is a big difference. So don't just compare him to anybody. Say, well, this player always brings. No. Ben Simmons, when he posts these shoot around videos, so you can see now he's improved. It's always like 2 shots, cut, 2 shots, cut, 3 shots, cut, and it's never just this is what I'm working on, right? It's just consistent 3-pointer. Here's a 3-pointer. Here's a 3-pointer. Here's a 3-pointer. It's not that. It's none of that. We need a big. Yes, we need a big. Indeed, I agree with that. All right, that's all I wanted to bring up. Okay, there's a difference. Don't compare. Please stop comparing. All right. So with that out the way, that was more smaller stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff. Here we go. Here, let me unmute everything because I don't think they play any music. Hold on, let me make sure they're not playing music on it. Okay, we're straight. All right. All right, guys. So, as you know, well, maybe you don't know this, but our boy Steph Castle, he's pretty popular, right? He's pretty popular amongst fans, and we're definitely in a different light than we used to be, right? The Spurs were known as a very boring team. Everyone said that the Spurs are boring, they're old. I remember these days. I remember fighting people constantly on how the Spurs are actually fun to play, but they didn't want to hear me. They didn't want to hear any of that. They're like, they're old. They're old. No one wants to see this. We want to see posters. Tim Duncan's boring, right? And I'll be like, look at Manu Ginobili. He's the only one. Everyone else is boring. Antonio McDyess is boring, right? But now we're in a different era of Spurs basketball, and our guys are not afraid to show their face on streams, right? They will do live streams. We got Jeremy Sohan doing TikToks, and hold on, actually, I'll show that. Hold on, we'll show that because I wasn't gonna do like a separate segment on this because I don't think it's that important. But here, I'll bring it up, and I can't play the music because obviously copyright. But yeah, we got guys on TikTok. We got guys having a great time. We saw that TikTok not that long ago of Jeremy Sohan and Steph Castle dancing on a boat. We got this one with Jeremy with Maya Mills. I keep up with her. I really don't. I have no idea who she is. People speculating that they're dating. I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, we got him doing TikToks with Maya Mills apparently. Actually, I think it'd be more fun if I don't tell you what the lyrics are, okay? Whatever nasty thing that you can think of in your head, it's exactly that. She's bad. She's a very pretty lady. She is pretty. I see you, Sohan. Hey, she's a very pretty lady. All right, so we're out there, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. We're out there. We have personality. We're no longer boring, but we are mature. Keep looking up there. My camera's here. We are mature. We are a very mature team nonetheless, okay? I know that it didn't look that mature, but we are mature when it comes to the court and when it comes to getting down to business. On the court. Gotta stop. All right, now here is Steph Castle, okay? He has been around. He goes on live stream sometime, and this is the most recent one in which he gave his thoughts on Carter Bryant. I don't know if he talked about Dylan Harper. I didn't actually watch this.
How you feel about Dylan Harper?
He's nice, bro. I'm gonna lie, he's nice.
He's cold.
I have no idea what he said, dude. I said this before. Castle gives off like rapper vibes, bro. Like you don't know what he's saying. He's so quiet. He's so cool, laid back. I have no idea what he just said. Hold on.
About Dylan Harper.
He's nice, bro. I'm gonna lie, he's nice.
He's cold.
He's nice.
I think he said Dylan Harper is nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's what he said.
He's cold. You guys.
He's gonna help us.
So you won Rookie of the Year. The year before, Wemby won Rookie of the Year, and now you got Dylan Harper. Mm-hmm. It could be a three-peat, bro.
We got Carter too. Don't sleep on Carter, dog.
Oh, the center, right?
No, Carter Bryant.
The center. Fozzy, is that how you say Phase Adapt is a creep? Okay, well, I kind of assume him being a streamer that he's a creep. Okay, that's kind of comes with the territory, right? Is there one that isn't? Like, I don't watch any of them. I Show Speed is funny every time I see a clip of him, but like, I think he's kind of weird, right? Yeah, I'm assuming the stream was hard to watch in general because Adapt has 2 brain cells. You guys actually watched it? Aren't you a streamer? I never took myself out of this. I also have 2 brain cells.
Oh, nah, I didn't.
We went to Arizona.
Oh, wait, wait. I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah,
you know him?
Yeah, I've known Carter for a little minute. He lottery picked too, 14, so.
Hold on, wait, where's the rest?
Okay, I didn't get enough of let's listen to it again. Cause that was literally a streamer having no idea what he's talking about.
Guys,
He gonna help us.
so you won Rookie of the Year the year before Wemby won rookie
Does that make you a creep? Nah, I'm not really a creep. I'm cool.
of the year, and now you got Dylan Harper. It could be a three-peat, bro.
We got Carter too. Don't sleep on Carter though.
Oh, the center, right?
No, Carter Bryant, he won.
Oh, nah, I didn't.
He went to Arizona.
Oh wait, yeah, wait. I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah,
You know him?
Yeah, I've known Carter for a little minute. He lottery pick too, 14. So.
Hold on, wait. Where's the rest?
No.
So he's basically saying don't sleep on Carter Bryant. Do they even know each other really? I have no idea. I don't know the connection here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the connection here. But all I want to say is he's out there in the open, okay? And he just gave some love to Carter Bryant. So he's like, hey, do not sleep on our boy Carter Bryant. And one thing I'll bring up, I'll let it play without the audio. One thing I'll bring up about Carter is I think that a lot of people are... Okay, let me say this. When it comes to college prospects, one thing that you can't do, and I had to learn this like years ago, okay? Because I used to not keep up with college at all. Like I kept up with no players whatsoever, didn't care, didn't think it mattered because I was a Spurs fan. Did it matter? No, it didn't matter, okay? We were winning championships. Players will come, they'll do their job, they'll do fairly well, they leave, I don't care, we're going to keep winning, right? I just never paid attention. But during the rebuild, or when the rebuild began to start, I really wanted to key in on a lot of college prospects. And one thing that I've learned is what you can't do is if you don't know a player, after the Spurs select them, just go look up stats or just go look up highlights. That is not a good idea. You can go look at scouting reports. You can look at scouting videos. I think those are really great ways of going about it. You can watch highlights and lowlights of games. Like that's a good way of going about it. Sometimes you can find the full games, like play-by-play for certain games if you want to. Like those are things that's really important. But most importantly, look at the scouting reports. Look at the consensus there, right? Look at the consensus. Don't just assume based on some highlights and stats that it means anything, especially in college. Players will leave college and have some of the best games you've ever seen in your life, right? Jeremy Sohan, he had a 30. I don't even know if he had a 30 piece in college. Did he have a 30 piece in college? But he gets to the NBA, he's capable of getting a 30 piece, right? I think one misconception that people have is that college is just easier than basketball or than NBA, right? Talent-wise, sure, but the way that the game is played and the certain rules that are in college, it's just all contextual. You can't just say, you did well in college, therefore you'll do well in the NBA, and you can't say you did poorly in college, therefore you'll do poorly in the NBA, right? Like it's just, you just can't really do it that way. And one thing that I always bring up too, when it comes to Dylan Harper in particular, is that some people have said like it's not that impressive that he shot 67% in the paint in college. This is where context comes in, right? Because in college, there's no 3-second rule. There's not a lot of spacing. It was only him and Ace Bailey are the most consistent scorers on their team, so he didn't have a plethora of different weapons that he could pass the ball to. So the fact that he was that consistent and that efficient around the rim when all the attention is on him, that shows how good he'll be in the NBA because he'll have way more room to work with, especially since there is a 3-second rule, but you're also playing with Wemby. You're also playing with, much better players that kind of know what they're doing, right? So it's all contextual, but that's one thing that I learned is don't just look at stats and assume. People immediately came into our live stream after we got Carter Bryant, which was the second player that I wanted, and they were like, I don't know, Clan. He had 6 points in college. I don't know, Clan. Not knowing what they're talking about, right? Not even take into account the fact that he had Caleb Love on his team who picked up a lot of the usage, right? Like he's not going to get as much usage on that team. They didn't pay attention to how good he is defensively. Like they just didn't care. They just looked at the stats and assumed that he's trash. Like that's a really poor way of going about prospects. You guys know what I'm saying. Yeah, I saw that July. He said they pay attention to streamers, even Flight, and call Victor wet bananas. I never watch Flight. I'm assuming that's from his streams, and yeah, that's. I know Castle brought that up. But yeah, Clan Carter Bryant going to be an all NBA defender. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just look at some highlights and look at some freaking, look at some highlights and look at the stats and just assume what's going to happen. But yeah, I think Ace will come around to embrace Utah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm glad he's not here, bro. Have y'all seen his agent? Hold on, I gotta show you guys this. We'll end the segment after this. This doesn't need to be a separate segment. I do want to show you guys this. I want to show the people that watch this video later this too, because I think this dude looks weird, man. Where is it? I think I reposted it. I can't play the audio because he's playing like Jay-Z. No. Be quiet. Okay. Here we go. Amar Sheriff Cooper. Is that his name? I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I felt watching this. Look at him in the eyes, chat. Don't look away. Look at him in the eyes. Ridiculous. By the way, where is he? Is he outside of a school? Hold on. Who walked by? Where are you, bro? The girl with a backpack. I don't know. Maybe he's at an airport. He might be at an airport because I think that guy, the guy that walked by had a suitcase. Yeah, he might be at an airport or a hotel or something. Look like my old gym teacher. It might be your old gym teacher. Absolutely ridiculous. He's scouting at the Greyhound bus station. Maybe. Yeah, this is so stupid. So silly. Anyways, I want to show you that. We dodged a... Well, I want to say we dodged a bullet. I don't think the Spurs ever intended to get Ace Bailey, and I was fighting for us not to with you guys. Initially, I think everyone came around, though. But initially, it was a 50-50, like Ace or Harper. And then after a few streams, it was like 90-10 when we did a poll. So, like, yeah, most of us knew no, don't do it. But it got worse as time went on with all these shenanigans. We got Sohan already? What you mean? Did I miss one of your... We got Sohan already. Mamu? Huh? Clan, we still have Harrison Ingram too. Yeah, Harrison Ingram, I stick to what I said before. I think that he'll be a fine backup small forward for the future. I mean, I said that before when we first got him. That's what made me excited about him, because he can just play a role. He would add a lot of depth if he just keeps improving. But I never thought that he would be like a starter. I feel Carter Bryant would be a starter. Like this, not day one. I don't think they'll give it to him day one, but he'll eventually be a starter. Probably this season. Well, I don't know. They might not do that. Harrison Barnes is such a fine starter. They might not do that. That's another reason why I want Steph Castle to come off the bench, because if Steph Castle comes off the bench, he can run with Carter Bryant, and I trust Steph Castle to really set up his teammates, right? Like he's going in his second year, but he plays like a veteran. I just trust him more. Dylan Harper, he's just so freaking talented. Till I just like that weapon next to Wemby starting off right off the bat. And you're not losing too much defensively. Like, he's not as good of a defender as Steph Castle, but he's a pretty good defender. Like, he's a really good defender. But yeah, Bryant is a starter this season. You think so? Barnes going to mentor him? I don't know if Bryant is going to start this season. I don't know if the Spurs is going to run with two rookies in the starting lineup. I think Barnes will start. I'm sorry, Clan. I disagree. I think Castle should start. I think it's a good issue to have. that we can argue about who should start. Last year, maybe year before last, there was like no discussion, right? Like we know who starts, who doesn't. Keldon and maybe Fasell should go for a big. I would try to keep Fasell if I can, y'all. Like I know it's like popular to like beat on Fasell, but like when I said trade Fasell, it was for KD, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm content with that. But I don't want to trade Fasell for like a backup center. Hopefully we can trade Keldon for that, but I don't want Fasell gone for that. Like he brings so much depth to this team. Any given night he can just go off. Like he is valuable. Okay, let's not just because we get a new toy doesn't mean that we need to throw out all the rest, right? But Keldon, to me, I just don't think he fits. Like, it's tough with him because it's like what we need from him, he can't do. What he's good at doing is too situational for me. You know? It's like, we need you to be a good defender. Okay, you can't do that. Well, can you be a consistent three-point shooter? You can't do that. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. Oops, too close to my face. All right, I'm going to bring this up. Screw it. Screw it. Hold on. Let's see if I can find something. All right, yeah, let's find this. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, I got a few things I need to bring up. Oh wait, how old is this one that I just brought up? Wait, I might have messed up. Oh, this is too old. Hold on, that's not it. I was about to say, I was looking at some statistics here. I'm like, that's better than what I remember, but no, that's from like 2 years ago. To be honest, I think Mitch will be tinkering around with the lineup for at least a month or two. We have too many weapons. I think day one, Dylan Harper's a starter. That's what I think. But yeah, I mean, it's going to take some adjustments for sure. Why are these so old? I don't... Okay, that's Cam Johnson. What the heck? Okay, maybe I posted it. Sorry, I'm trying to find these statistics here. I really need to, like, when I have something that's interesting, I really need to just, like, save it in a file or something, man. Because, like, it's ridiculous how I can't find it after I have it. Let's see here. Let's see here, man. do you when you search something it acts like you type something else in? That's not true. I didn't type that in. Like just Keldon. What the heck? Oh, wait, is this it? This is something. Okay, screw it. I can't find it, but this makes my point nonetheless. All right, so there's a lot of discussion in the chat right now on whether it's Devin Vassell or Keldon that should move this upcoming season or before the season starts. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would try my best to hold on to Devin Vassell because he brings so much depth to this team. And also, I mean, even though he's been kind of inconsistent shooting-wise, we know what he's capable of. And this upcoming season, him being probably I want to say third option, but maybe fourth option is pretty ideal, right? I mean, that's as good as it gets. My camera just stopped for a minute. But that's as good as it gets. But I want to show you a few things. I know I'm considered a Keldon Johnson hater, okay? I know, but like, let me preface it by saying this. I know it won't do any good. People still feel how they feel. But let me say this. I think Keldon is an awesome Spur, okay? Like when it comes to the community, when it comes to off the court, when it comes to being a good teammate, when it comes to being encouraging, when it comes to trying his best to bring energy. Like, I think he's great for all those things, right? But being completely just transparent and honest with you, I don't think that what the Spurs need, he can bring. But yeah, there's a big but. Okay, there's a big but. All right, like who did the like big butts back in our life? That wasn't MC Hammer, was it? That was Sir Mix-a-Lot. All right, like yeah. There's a big but here. Okay, the big but is what the Spurs need, he cannot supply. All right. Not only is he inconsistent 3-point shooting wise, he's one of the worst in the NBA, and I'm gonna show that in a minute. But then it's like, okay, can you at least be a decent defender? And he's a terrible defender. And not only is he a terrible defender individually, we have a pretty bad defense when he's on the court, even with Wembanyama, opposed to even someone like Julian Champagnie, right? Who's, I wouldn't say is like an elite defender or nothing like that, but as far as what he brings, he does a better job when Wemby is on the court. So let me at least show you this. So this was posted just a couple days ago, and it's like, good God. I mean, good God. So at the very least, guys that aren't great 3-point shooters, what you need from them is at least hit your corner threes, right? Because that ideally should be the easiest 3-point shot that you can get on the court. This past season, he's considered the worst corner 3-point shooter in the NBA. So this is among guys with the most 3-point attempts, right? 3-point attempts in the corner. 99, 27%. Literally one of the worst. And I look at some of the other guys on this list, not all of them, but some of them, it's like, okay, even if they're poor 3-point shooting wise, defensively, they bring enough to the table where you're okay with it, right? That you can kind of live with it to an extent. But that's not good. That's not good. And I know a few people bringing up Champagnie. Crazy. It's ridiculous. And I know some people have brought up Julian Champagnie, like talking about like how well each player finishes around the rim. Like they were like, well, Champagnie can't finish around the rim, which isn't necessarily true. I think under 5 feet, he's averaging 60%. But he doesn't take a lot. That's the thing. He doesn't take a lot of them. Whereas Keldon Johnson, he does take more, and he's like 62%. So, but Keldon Johnson is better at finishing at the rim, sure. But that's not necessarily what the Spurs need right now, right? You have players that can do that, but also who can defend. So as far as defense goes, this is what I found, right? It was just me like talking to somebody in the in the chat. And shout out to Ty Yeager because he actually posted this first, and I looked it up after. But it was true. So defensively, Julian Champagnie has done a pretty good job versus how Keldon has done. So when Keldon's on the court with Wemby, we are 38th percentile. All right, 38th percentile. I can't say that. I can never say that right. If you want to know about percentiles, the higher the number, the better. That's all you need to know. Okay, 38th percentile is pretty bad. Versus when Julian Champagnie's on the court with Wemby, you're 86th percentile. Now, there's other factors as well, I'm sure, right? Like you can bring up maybe Julian's out there also with Sohan, right? And Keldon doesn't necessarily have that. But I think the eye test and statistic-wise, just Keldon individually, it's been pretty bad. His defense is really bad. And I don't really know what else to say, right? It's such a difficult thing because, like, if someone say, can you just give me one example? I can't because there's so many. And I remember us going live continuously and talking about it. Like every live stream after a game that was a little irritating to me, I could bring up a play where it's like, well, that's when we lost the momentum right there. And it usually comes down to Keldon and usually comes to teams attacking him. But that doesn't, let me just say this, okay? I know it doesn't matter. I just bashed him for like 3 minutes straight. This doesn't mean that I think Keldon can never fit with us, right? I don't think that he fits right now. In maybe if those 3-point percentages improve, because I don't think the defense is going to improve. Okay, we've seen Keldon do so many different things to try to improve, right? He lost all of that weight, but it seemed like that didn't really help him that much, right? His lateral quickness was still pretty poor. So I'm just saying, if he can be a consistent 3-point shooter, we're looking pretty good. Even a decent one in the corner, we're looking okay. Okay. But as of right now, within the system with Wemby, it hasn't been panning out that great. But I do think that if he can just improve his 3-point shooting, because that's what we'd be banking on, he has a definitive place on the team. But I don't care for the fact that his best performances usually come down when people are injured or the ball has to be in his hands, right? He's not the best decision maker in the world. So if he could just be a consistent 3-point shooter, we might be looking pretty good, right? And every now and then he can catch defenders off guard and then get to the paint, and that would be great. But yeah, but I don't think that this means he's trash. I don't think that this means he doesn't belong in the NBA. When I did that comparison and said, hey, him or Julian Champagnie, who do you think is better? I do think that overall he's a better player, right? He can be, at times, be pretty elite at getting to the rim. It's just with us right now, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. His best performances always involve a lot of volume. Yeah, it does. It does. And I think it's very telling that you could take someone like Castle, and sure, people giving him grace because he's a rookie, but Castle had a very poor shooting performance this year, right? He did. He didn't shoot that well. But you can kind of tell the amount of poise and the impact that he's having, even when the ball isn't in his hands, or even when he's not shooting well. Like, it's very apparent, because defensively he's that good. Right, he's making key, even if it's not an assist, it's a pass to assist, right? It's always smart plays, play after play after play. It's the same reason why you can go back and you can watch Boris Diaw and look at his stats, and you're like, his stats aren't that impressive, but if you actually watch and pay attention, you see the impact he's having. Keldon's not necessarily doing that right now. So if we're talking about who the Spurs should think about moving, that's my take. So I'm sure people are going to just see this and be like, oh my God, here you go hating on Keldon again. But it's the elephant in the room, in my opinion. So that's the elephant in the room for me. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I think move Malachi. I'm not opposed to it. But I could definitely see, you know, when I was talking about we need one or the other, right? We need preferably both, but we need defense or 3-point shooting, like something you can bring. Malachi can definitely bring 3-point shooting. Like, he was one of the best 3-point shooters on our team, right? So I can see that. Keep Blake. Blake Wesley is looking a little redundant because of now the guards that we have, and he might be itching his way out. to be honest with you. But he's another case of, okay, he can't shoot that well, but the defense, right? Like, you just need something to lean on when you're a role player for us. And we're going to need you to either be good defensively, good with your three-point shot, preferably both. Pretty difficult to have someone with both. That's why we're lucky to get Carter Bryant. But yeah, I like Blake. Yeah, I hope Blake can stay. But yeah, it's getting a little redundant. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Having Blake Wesley is getting a little redundant. He's a good locker room guy. Yeah. If he's an in the bench guy, like we're good. Castle says Blake Wesley is the funniest on the team. He really is. Also, Fox really likes him as well. I think Fox really believes in this team. Starting five: Fox, Vassell, Champagny, Sohan, Wemby. Nah, I'm not getting with that. That's a fine starting lineup, though. I'm not mad at you. But I would like to start at that 3 spot. I would like to start either Barnes or Castle. And then shooting guard, I just want to start Harper. I think Vassell needs to come off the bench. Yeah, exactly. Carter Bryant shot 45% on catch and shoot threes. For a minute, I thought you said Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper shot at a pretty good clip, catch and shoot wise too. I think he was like 38%. I think. Castle or Harper got to be there. Yeah. There's no both of them come off the bench. People got to like really wake up to the fact that Harper is a top 2 pick in the NBA draft, right? Like, I'm not saying that means you have to start, but I am saying he's that good. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. What we got next here? These are fun. These are some fun segments. Oh, here's one. All right, so actually, hold on. We can make this more fun than it is. Because I have one clip, but I actually have plenty to show you. Hold on. I think I reposted a bunch of stuff. So give me a second. Yeah, I think like back-to-back draft night, I just reposted a bunch of stuff. Yeah, here we go. Okay. By the way, guys, actually, I'll bring it up here. Okay. I love the fact that when you go to like Spurs reporters, they have like really great analysis, or they're very mature during the draft as far as like what happened. And then you go to mine and I'm just hysterical. I can't focus. I know I was live streaming, but I would have tweeted like this even if I wasn't live streaming. Like I don't know. I'm a baby, y'all. I'm a literal baby. So before we get into this, because I want to show you how scared the NBA is. Before we get into it, please go join the Discord. Right, join my Discord. It is camera is not there. My camera is here now. Years of doing this has thrown me off. Join the Discord, please. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. Just join it. Plenty of Spurs fans over there. I think we got currently 900 and something people. I don't know. But go in there. Say hi. Say what's up. There's some cool people over there. Join the Discord. All right. Join the Discord. Got some great mods there. I love you mods. You guys are awesome. You always keep it up. They do a great job. I do appreciate them doing that and supporting me, even though, obviously I don't have money to pay them. So, but yeah, thank you for moving the cam. Thank you for liking me moving the cam. All right, so let me show you guys some stuff. All right, I'm gonna show you some things. The NBA is absolutely petrified. They are absolutely petrified. So I'm just gonna go through some of these tweets, and then we're gonna watch a video that I'm reacting to for the first time. But it sounds like that they're scared. So big shout out to Ty Yeager. So Ty Yeager is obviously a Spurs fan, so this doesn't necessarily count. But Ty Yeager says A+ draft for the Spurs. Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant are the best case draft for San Antonio with the players in their range. Should expect San Antonio to address backup center and free agency post draft. That's what I'm assuming as well. You have to get a center. Bassie isn't going to do it for you. Mamu, is he staying? I don't even know if he's staying, y'all. Like, I thought that he would try to leave and get some more money. Just makes the most sense. But I have no idea. I haven't gotten any updates on that. So, and by the time this video gets uploaded, if something that happened, put it in the comments. But I'm sure I already know. But maybe some other Spurs fans don't know. I don't know. But moving on, David Aldridge said, I'll kick off the annual. The Spurs did it again. Tweet fest with their Carter Bryant selection. He will, of course, fit right in with San Antonio. We got Pee Wee the Plug. I have no idea. Still the draft. Atrocious. Y'all let him fall to San Antonio. Talking about Carter Bryant. Kevin O'Connor. San Antonio is just about the perfect fit for Carter Bryant. His spot up threes, attack closeouts, make the right play, and bust your behind on defense. Simple role with room to grow over the years. Will be a nasty front court fit with Victor Wembanyama, or some people say wet banana. Mr. Butt here says Dylan Harper, he's a Spurs fan. Dylan Harper at 2 and Carter Bryant at 14. Brian Wright, San Antonio, take a F and bow. We are there. And then we'll just go over Joel Moran. We've watched their stuff before. We watched their podcast before. But this is what he had to say. San Antonio Spurs having a A+ draft. Dylan Harper, point guard of the future. Carter Bryant, 3-and-D wing. My goodness, Spurs are going to be something else. So the whole, and this is everywhere, by the way. If you go in the comments, you see the main consensus. It's Spurs fans being happy and other fans being petrified. So with that being said, there is a video that I want to go over from Numbers Board. I have no idea what this is on ESPN. Okay. So this is what they had to say about the San Antonio Spurs draft.
The overall winner of the draft, though, is the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah. They're the overall winner. To be able to walk in and get Dylan Harper at 2 and then also leave a Carter Bryant at 14, I mean, that's another loser, by the way. The rest of the NBA. The rest of the teams that...
The rest of the NBA are the losers. Love to hear that.
Had a chance to stop and prevent them from being able to walk out with Carter Bryant. Those are the losers. But I think the Spurs are the legitimate winners of the NBA. I mean, that's a crazy package to walk out of the door with when you already have Victor Wembanyama, the back-to-back reigning Rookie of the Years, and then De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that Kenny? Or Kenny? Is it Kenny or... You said these guys are on ESPN now. Oh, is that... They really... Oh. Okay, guys. I don't keep up with anything. Yeah? Oh, I didn't even realize that. Okay. He has some pretty good basketball knowledge, man. But I agree. I absolutely agree. But the NBA right now is in shambles, okay? We know about the executive who said a year ago that, you know, they really need to start winning now because Wembanyama is coming. And guys, I don't want to overreact, but I'm really starting to believe, and I'm probably convincing myself of this, I'm starting to believe that we're going to be a true contender. And I'm saying make the playoffs, but truly compete. Because if we can just come together as a team as far as defensive, team defense, I think you can pretty much beat just about anybody. And that really comes down to how great Wembanyama is and how elite of defender Sohan, Castle, and Carter Bryant is going to be. I mean, they're just going to be so difficult to score on, right? You can just destroy momentum. And we've seen it with Wemby doing it alone certain games where he just absolutely halts your momentum. I don't know, man. Hope so, Clan, bearing no injuries. I'm starting to believe they can be a true contender. You're going to have a backup center for sure, but they just have so much versatility and so many different things that they can do. And maybe that's going to be a learning curve. Maybe that'll be difficult for Mitch Johnson, but you have Mitch Johnson, protege of Tim Duncan. I'm sorry, protege of Popovich, obviously. But the two coaches that they added, right? Corliss Williamson, which he just won a championship. He won a championship 20 years ago, but he won a championship with the Pistons. He knows defense, right? He's a defensive-minded coach, right? And then you bring in Sweeney, who's another defensive-minded coach. I don't know, y'all. We might be looking at something special. One thing I will say for sure, the Spurs get things going. Mitch Johnson will be winning Coach of the Year pretty soon. I don't know about this year, but it'll be pretty soon. I'm starting to convince myself of it. We'll see, though. We'll see. I still think the Spurs need another shooter, and I still think we need a backup center. Defense going to be deadly. It's going to be nasty. Been season holder since the Keldon season, pre-Wemby. The struggle was real. Hey, you're a real one for sticking in there. All right? You're a real one for sticking in there. With Wemby, if a series is close, I just can't see him losing because of his competitive nature. Yeah, I mean, Wemby has been tested, right? Like, I know that the NBA is a different platform, but, I mean, he's made it all the way to the Gold Olympics, Gold Olympic game. So, he's a winner. He's a winner. Wemby a demigod? He is a demigod. Wemby already has playoff experience. He got experience. All right, so yeah, I wanted to show you that the NBA is terrified. Speaking of Wembanyama, guys. So I was wrong about something, okay? And I will admit when I'm wrong. What the heck is this? Wembanyama gained some pounds? So I know every year people talk about how he gained this amount of weight, and I'm just like, yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm not buying it, yada, 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 right? That he gained this amount. Like, that's ridiculous. But 30 since draft. Oh, since drafted. Okay. All right. I guess I wasn't wrong. I'm always right. Because I think people brought up, like, he gained 20 since last season or something like that. I remember going over that. I was like, there's no way you gained that amount of pounds. Okay, so he's saying since. Okay. Let's listen, because I haven't watched this. I didn't watch any of this, by the way. Kai Cenat just kind of annoys me. That was a part of the whole, like, event, right? Same event. I don't really like his stuff, to be honest with you. I think he's more for kids, children.
What did you come in at? You came in at how much?
Probably like 30, I think probably like 30 pounds.
30 pounds since coming to the NBA?
Yeah. 2 years.
Holy shit.
Wait, is there ice in there? I remember, like, these segments, them actually being in the ice. I don't know.
30?
Around that, yeah.
What did you come in? You weighed how much when you came into the league?
I'd say like 215, 220.
And right now you coming in at 245. You looking though, solid, stronger.
Thank you.
And is it just strength and conditioning? What have you added to the regimen that's allowed you to gain the weight?
Yes. I mean, strengthening, of course, but the main thing for me is I could, in theory, put on a lot of weight, but I would lose some of my mobility, some of my athleticism. Yeah. So it's something that needs to be done really carefully, and I have a lot of eyes and a lot of minds thinking about me in this instance.
What you coming at?
So we got a lot of people making sure that he's okay regardless, right? So one thing I'll say about Wemby, and he's completely right that he could just gain a bunch of weight if he wanted to. The biggest there's a lot of differences, and I don't. This doesn't supposed to be like a Chet hate stream or anything, but guys, one of the reasons why I found the Chet debate so stupid, right? When people started trying to do that, like, is it Chet? Is it Wemby? Who's a better player? Like, when they started doing that, and it drove me crazy. One thing in particular that drove me crazy about it was the frame, right? Like, Wemby has the shoulders, the broad shoulders. He has the frame where you can see theoretically how much weight he could possibly put on, right? Or how much stronger he can get. Chet doesn't have that same frame, right? He's very tiny. His shoulders aren't as broad, right? And that doesn't mean that he can't be a great player in the NBA in the future or nothing like that, right? Like, I obviously he's in a different situation as Wemby as well, where Wemby came into a situation where he can explore a little bit more, right? He can be more of himself and try more things out, where Chet went into a situation where he immediately had to be a role player, right? So it's a little different. It's a little different for him. Doesn't mean if he had the same type of opportunity Wemby had that he would just be like as good as Wemby. Of course not. But I think one thing that people miss is the frame that Wemby has. 30 pounds is quite a bit for coming into the league. Since coming into the league, that's really good. So we should see him being pretty strong. We know that he has a lot of core strength as well. So that's really good. So we'll see. Legs look crazy. What his are you talking about? Chet? I don't know. But Wemby does look stronger. Everyone that brought up that he was buffer are completely right. Oh, Rusty, we're going to look at that in a minute. I just wanted to bring this up because this is something that I didn't see. So, yeah, Wemby did gain weight. But, yeah, people are completely, yeah. I guess I was right. 30 pounds isn't terrible over 2 years. That's about just over a pound a month on average. Yeah, when I saw 30 pounds, I was like, oh, my God, these people were right. He gained 30 pounds since last year. How did that happen? No, okay. So it's been a little time. That's fine. He's starting to develop arms and upper body like Giannis. A little bit. He's. I don't mean this hyper. It's kind of crazy. This is how good Wemby is, right? When I say this, there's no controversy whatsoever, and I don't even think amongst NBA fans, really even casuals, that this would be a crazy take. Wemby might end up being the greatest of all time, and I don't just say that, right? Like I've held Michael Jordan to a high pedigree, right? Like I love Michael Jordan. I think that he's incredible, the greatest who ever did it, period. He had everything that you would want in an NBA player. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Wemby, what sets him apart from all the other guys, apart from, obviously he has the skill and mobility and everything. He's freakishly athletic at that size. But it's the mentality, bro. He come across like a Jordan. He come across like a Kobe, right? It's very apparent. It's very apparent. So yeah, I don't know. Should be nasty, guys. Should be nasty. Oh crap! You know what? Hold on. So somebody mentioned the Bryant Wright thing. Yeah, we're gonna look at that. Before I get to that, I want to bring something else up, actually, that I completely forgot. And by the way, guys, over the course of the next week, we're going to be doing as many segments as we humanly can, because, as you know, I'm going to Japan for a couple weeks, so I want as much content on the channel as possible, and then I'll try to live stream a few times that I'm out there, but I haven't really thought that far yet. But there is something that I wanted to bring up. I completely forgot to bring up. Check this out. Where is it? All right, chat. I want to show you something. We talk about Wemby having that Kobe mentality. We've seen freaking his coaches talk about how he has that Kobe mentality, that French coach in particular that brought that up. But I want to show you something that you might not have been aware of. Okay, so as you know, this is kind of funny. This is from Jeremy Sohan. As you know, Wembanyama recently went to China to become a Shaolin monk. I'll be real with you. I don't know a lot of details about this. What I do know is it was like a 10-day training in which he was waking up like 4 a.m. in the morning. He shaved his head. It was very cool. A lot of aura, as the kids would say. Okay, it's just dripping with aura. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's pretty dope. But one thing you might not be aware of is that his idol also did the same thing. So let's see. Hold on. See if I can find this for you real quick. Takes me a minute. I've been posting a lot. On Twitter. Kareem 2.0. Oh yeah, I do want to see him in a. Let's say Tony Jaa. We'll say Tony Jaa, okay? Because Tony Jaa might be my favorite martial artist. Where is it? Guys, I promise you, I got it on here. I promise you. Here we go. All right, so I posted this. Many draw Kobe comparisons, but Wemby is one of the few who truly deserves them. So this is Kobe, who actually did the same thing. I think this is older Kobe. What year was this guy? Maybe you guys know. It was like 2012 maybe when Kobe did this. (2012) I don't know if the chat knows. But yeah, he definitely tries his best to follow in Kobe Bryant's footsteps. What is this? Oh, okay. This person just bringing up a play that reminded him of Kobe. Okay. (2012) sounds and looks about right. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. What I want to know is, why does these pictures look so good? These grains, okay? We didn't have these type of pictures in 2012. 2012, everything just looked ugly. Like this. I don't like these pictures. But yeah. So, just want to show you that. The French Mamba, for sure. Honestly, it's good for his body to challenge himself physically with non-basketball activities. The smallest thing of all this, and to know the reason why we should know that he is doing pretty great, is the immense amount of traveling that's going on. Because one thing that people have brought up when it came to the blood clot is that, is he going to be able to travel? That's something that's pretty detrimental for players, not players, but just people in general that have blood clots, that you just can't travel as much. But he's been everywhere, bro. Like, he's been everywhere. Like, one day he's in China, the other day he's in San Antonio, the next day he's in Alaska. Like, he's everywhere. So I think he's doing pretty good. Wemby looks so comfortable being a monk. I mean, the way that he lived his life, I mean, he might as well be one. I don't know. He went from China to New York. That's a day-long trip. Yeah, like, he's everywhere. Yeah, that's a great sign because of the flying. Yeah, dude, I thought somebody shot. That was fireworks. It's nowhere near. Well, I don't know. By the time I post this, I don't know if it'll be after 4th of July. But, like, it's nowhere near 4th of July right now. What are we doing? Yeah, I noticed that too. Kobe has his logo. I wasn't going to bring it up, okay? Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Kobe. I wasn't going to bring it up, but yeah, he does have his logo on the monk gear, which is a little strange. I don't know what that's about. Kobe ego? A little bit. Kobe got a little bit of ego. They testing out the cannon? Maybe. My birthday on the eve of 4th of July. Happy birthday. Victor, no ego, no logo. Yeah, no ego. And he has a pretty good logo, so. All right. Okay. All right, chat. I know you need no reasons to love Carter Bryant, okay? You have enough of them. I already know. I know that after we got him, you probably looked up so many different things on him and you fell in love, okay? But just the slim chance that you didn't. Just the slim chance that you didn't. I got a few things just to show you, okay? And this is just going to endure you to him even more. All right, so here is Carter Bryant letting the people know how hungry he is. Let's listen. What I won't tell you how hungry he is. He'll tell you.
Disclaimer. Before you watch this video, I'm not a disrespectful human being. I'm a good guy. I'm from Riverside. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from the suburbs. Just let it hoop. Because I know the dudes that think they hard ain't hard. I just wanted more.
Don't you? Ooh, don't you love it? Now, some people love this vid. It's pretty dope. Actually, I'll let them say it one more time. Hold on.
I'm not a disrespectful human being. I'm a good guy. I'm from Riverside. From the suburbs. I'm from the suburbs. Just let it hoop. Because I know the dudes that think they hard ain't hard. I just wanted more.
Okay, so I saw a few people reacting to this, and they were like, man, this is corny. I'm sorry, y'all. You cannot be over the age of 20 if you look at this and you're like, that's corny. I don't know what's not corny. Everybody got to be so cool all the time, bro. It drives me crazy. Can I say that? Let me just put that out there. One pet peeve I have is how cool everybody got to be about everything. Why does everybody have to be so cool? Why does everything have to be so nonchalant? Why can't we care about anything? That bothers me, man. I know it sounds like old man yells at cloud, but like, y'all, come on, man. Express yourself a little bit. It's okay to care about things. It's okay to not be cool all the time, bro. Jeez, everything corny now. Everything's corny. You can't have any. Everything's glazing. Everything's corny. Come on, bro. Like things. It's okay. It's healthy to like things. All right. Show other emotions. Show other emotions. All right. It's healthy. It's healthy. Okay. Men in particular, boys. It's all right, guys. Please. Please. You'll be happier. Please. Gosh. And guys that do it and they're like, oh, trying to impress women. But it's like, women don't like that, bro. Like things. Yeah, I hate it too. Okay, the chat gets me. You guys get me. All right. So that was a reason to like them. Here's some more reason to like them.
Dylan and I actually met playing AU tournament. We played in New York Rens, and I'll never forget, he was killing us. And I mean, I was the biggest dude on our team, so coach had me guarding the 5-man. I was like, coach, like, I promise you I could stop him. And I remember he came and walked over the bench, and he was like, I promise you, you can't stop me. So.
But I guess that's cringe. That's cringe, bro.
I could stop him. And I remember he came and walked over the bench, and he was like, I promise you, you can't stop me. So it kind of being a full circle moment for us to be on the same team now. I mean, I love that dude. He's a great dude, great family. His father's always been great to me, always provided me with great, I don't even know the word I was looking for, but along with his mother, there's a great people, great family. Dylan and I actually met.
That's pretty dope. That's actually pretty dope. Yeah. So it also shows his versatility, right? The fact that, oh, he was the tallest guy, but he had to guard the center or whatnot. But hey, we got a couple of those guys now. Like we have Castle who can guard 1 through 3. I won't go as far as say Castle can guard 4. We haven't seen that. I don't think he can. But we know Sohan can guard 1 through 5. I don't like him guarding 5s, but he can guard 1 through 5. And then we know that Carter Bryant can guard probably 1 through 4. I also don't want him guarding 5s. Let's get an actual 5. All right. Next order of business. Okay. That was just a nice little story. You guys love underdogs, right? You love underdogs. Here you go. Here's some more Carter Bryant propaganda. That's Cooper Flag. So look at it again. That's Cooper Flag. Look at all those cameras. Look at all that attention. And he get like a couple people just passing. And the only reason they're here is because they can't fit into the other one. One of them probably asked him for directions to the bathroom. Like it's pretty bad. Love it. I love it too. Okay. So no attention from him. Absolutely no attention. All right. You're like, Clan, I already love him. You can stop now. Well, I'm going to give you one more, okay? I'm going to give you one more. This is going to do it for you. Okay? This is before the draft. This is before the draft, and you know that this is before the draft because he has a shirt on. All right, so listen to this.
You get an opportunity to play basketball at the highest level, and this is my dream. So, I haven't looked at a mock draft in so long. Like, I couldn't tell you where I'm at on majority of mock drafts. So, I think for me, understanding, like, Nikola Jokic got drafted during the Taco Bell commercial, and he's the best player in the world. So, it's like, I just see myself kind of progressing day by day, and I'm the best players in this league. So, that's my only focus, to get better every day.
This is a player that was supposed to go in a lot of mock drafts 1 through 8. I told you guys during the live stream there was no way that we were getting him. I said there's absolutely no way. I'm just going to key in on a few other guys because there's no way that he's going to land to us because we're expecting him to be gone by 8. He just said, and I'm going to emphasize why I think this is awesome. He just said, it didn't matter to me. Hold on.
You get an opportunity to play basketball at the highest level, and this is my dream. So, I haven't looked at a mock draft in so long. Like, I couldn't tell you where I'm at on majority of mock drafts. So, I think for me, understanding, like, Nikola Jokic got drafted during the Taco Bell commercial, and he's the best player in the world. So, it's like, I just see myself kind of progressing day by day.
Nikola Jokic got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. You think I care where I land? You think I care if I land at 5 or 6 or 7? I could land in the second round. I could be undrafted and someone pick me up, and I'll just be happy for the opportunity. This guy is humble. This guy is hungry. And this guy is, I actually don't have a third one. You know, it's the rule of threes. Okay. I know I kind of messed that up. Okay. You're supposed to have the rules of threes, like in movies, you know, you have the rule of threes, your jokes, comedy, you have the rule of threes. I was supposed to have a third one there. I have nothing. I'll be honest with you. We get it. Usually it's destiny. There you go. It's destiny, whatever. And he's talented. Yeah. And he's talented. There we go. Thank you. Rule of threes. But the reason why I think this is pretty cool is because there's a lot of players in this draft that were actually quite upset that they weren't drafted, right? Ace Bailey looked absolutely sick. He looked absolutely sick. I don't think it was just the fact that he went to Utah. I think it's because he dropped. He looked sick. I know some guys were like legitimately scared if they would get picked or not, but like there were a lot of draft picks where I'm like, you guys look upset even after they picked you, right? They had the whole like mentality, Clans New Glaze toy. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't do it. You can't say anything. Sohan's officially replaced. I love all my players, but I do love players like this. But like a lot of guys were just like very upset. They were saddened by where they were positioned. And then you got guys like this that are just like, dude, I can land anywhere. It doesn't matter, right? Like, I know I'm him. Doesn't matter what number you put it on. All right. I'm gonna shine. I love that. I absolutely love it. And I think that he not only has the mentality that we need for our team, but he has the talent as well, right? Like somebody brought up. Do you think Carter Bryant will have some similarities to Dennis Rodman? They do not play alike. But as far as being an elite defender or being a really good defender, sure. But better as 3-point shooter and offensive player. It's like, I can't really like, yeah, it's nothing like Dennis Rodman. Also, like when you do that, that's no longer Dennis Rodman. Like it's like, he's like Dennis Rodman, but if Dennis Rodman had a better offensive game, could shoot threes. Like, then we're not talking about Dennis Rodman anymore. Now, I think like when you compare Dylan Harper to Cade Cunningham, I think that's totally fair. And then you could just add in like one thing. He's Cade Cunningham if Cade Cunningham could finish around the rim, right? Like there's similarities in all aspects of the game. Him and Dennis Rodman, nah. And the only like similarity we have with Dennis Rodman and even Jeremy Sohan is that they changed their hair color, have tattoos and piercings. Like, that's kind of it. I mean, defense too, and they play hard, but you know. Rodman was rebound viciously, defend maliciously. Yeah, you can't. I mean, Yeah, I just wouldn't compare those two. Bryant is the Sohan Keldon replacement. He's not the Sohan replacement. However, why would you want him to be the Sohan replacement? Why would you want him to be that? Why would you want that? You have two versatile defenders on your team. You do not want that to be the case, okay? And he's not better than Sohan yet. Hopefully he can be. But Keldon Johnson, he will be a Keldon Johnson replacement. He's a 3-and-D player. You play him at the 3, like it's like perfect. What, Sohan? Yeah, some people actually do believe like Sohan want to be replaced, but that's silly. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, we don't need a Sohan replacement. Yeah, it's silly. It's silly. Sohan a power forward, Bryant is small forward. Yeah, like at their core, Bryant is a small forward and Sohan is a power forward at their core. This is legitimate. This is what we needed. This is a legitimate small forward. Desperately needed this. But anyways, there's some reasons to love them, right? Underdog, awesome. Hold on, I'm gonna do this one more time. Crap, I'm too close to my face. I knew I did that. All right, one last time. One last time for the people. Hold on.
Disclaimer. Before you watch this video, I'm not a disrespectful human being. I'm a good guy. I'm from Riverside, from the suburbs. I'm from the suburbs. Just let it hoop. But I know the dudes that think they hard ain't hard. I just wanted more.
Don't you love it? Don't you absolutely love it? Ah, you love it. You love it. Spurs can't afford everybody. CBA is out. Don't worry about that. We're the San Antonio Spurs. We'll figure it out, okay? One thing that's very fortunate when it comes to us, all right, let me just be completely real with you guys. One thing that's very fortunate is a lot of times guys that stay with San Antonio, they're doing it more than the money. Like there's something about San Antonio that you feel like you're getting more out of than other teams. These guys talk to they're friends all around the league. These guys talk to other NBA players. They know what their franchises are like, right? And guys, you have people like Barnes who comes to San Antonio, and he actually talked to De'Aaron Fox, and he was like, bro, you got to get to San Antonio. It's awesome over there, right? So like even these veterans that have been to different places come over to San Antonio, and they're like, this is way better than what it's like. You know, the grass is not greener on the other side. So a lot of players will take pay cuts, which we've seen take pay cuts even with the transition into the CBA stuff. You can see it with Devin Vassell, right? He has a diminishing contract. You can see it with Keldon. They knew that was coming up. He knew that was coming up, right? But he's making way less than he could have. So it's going to happen, right? Guys are going to take pay cuts. They're gonna try to figure it out and try to keep the band together. Everyone can't stay, but yeah. I know. I hear you, Clan, but the new CBA ain't no joke. Denver, Suns, Celtics, Wolves, and soon Thunder, and noticing it's right. I'm not worried about it right now. Get there when we get there. I'm just saying, players really love being in San Antonio. So we can figure it out. Exactly, Bluey. Like, we're nowhere near close to even worrying about it. Nowhere near close to even worrying about it. Right? Like we just get a rookie. We have a 3-year player, and we're talking about, oh, well, this person needs to be replaced. What are we doing? Like, come on, guys. What are we doing? Thankfully, because our guys are all on rookie deals, for sure. Yeah, don't worry about it right now. All right. So, last order of business. Left the best for last. I think there was quite a few segments, guys, right? You happy with those segments we did? I feel on it today, man. I felt like I've had the same amount of energy this entire time. By the way, guys, what's your favorite video game of all time? Like story-wise, I want to know. What's your favorite video game of all time story-wise? Because I saw that huge sale on Steam. I got a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I want to know if there's anything that stands out that you feel like is just like the best story you ever played through. Skyrim? I'm not that interested in Skyrim. Conquer? I do love Conquer, but Conquer's my favorite game of all time. Cyberpunk or Witcher 3? Okay, I got Witcher 3. I just started Cyberpunk. I just never got back to it. Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that's on sale on there, but I kind of want to just play that through on PS5. GTA 6. Halo Reach. I Stand Alone, but I love Prey. Okay, Final Fantasy 7. I'm surprised no one said a Yakuza game. Yakuza is pretty great. Parasite Eve. What the heck is that? I've never seen this game. Came out in 1998. Is there a remake of it? I mean, I don't have to have a remake. I could get an emulation of it, but like, I've never heard of this. Yakuza 0 and 3 were also. I love Yakuza 0. Mega Man, Dark Souls 2. Ghost of Tsushima. I do love Ghost of Tsushima. The older Mafias were cool stories too. Borderlands 2. I just got Disco Elysium and everyone says how good it is, so like I'm actually eager for it. Dragon Age Origins. Jump King has a Jump King. Hold on, I need to look up Parasite Eve. Okay, so Parasite Eve isn't. Okay, so you can't get it anywhere, so I would literally have to. Okay, I might get it. I had to get the emulation of it. Let me put it in my phone. Balatro? Let me look up Jump King first. Jump King. 2019. That's not my thing. Def Jam. Def Jam does not have a great story. I do love Def Jam though, but come on. Balatro. A card game? Yeah. I know that that's on sale though. I saw it on there on sale. Old God of War series, way better than the new one. I agree. Baldur's Gate. I'm going to eventually get on Baldur's Gate 3, but not there. Oh, Mass Effect. I just got the Mass Effect trilogy pack. Never played Mass Effect in my life, so Metal Gear Solid had a pretty good story. Had pretty good stories. Okay. Never played Metal Gear. I know of it. Oh, you said Disco Elysium is excellent. Okay, cool. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so good. I legit got emotional. I got emotional during Last of Us Part 2, but I think a game that actually made me cry was Yakuza 0. I'm right now I'm on Expedition 33, so I've been playing that. Just started it. Baldur's Gate 3 is the real answer. Okay. Persona 4 Golden. I bought Persona 3 on the Steam. That was discounted. Red Dead Redemption 2 way better than The Last of Us in my opinion. Okay. I'm gonna play through Red Dead. Deadly Premonition is pretty dope too. It's a survival game. I don't know. I'm usually not into survival games. Like I'm not even into that freaking that Dune game that came out. I just don't want to play it. Is Deadly Premonition a horror game? What is this? listened to Persona soundtrack, never played the game. Yeah, I'm actually going to play Persona 3 because people in the chat told me it's like the darkest one. I'm going to look up this Deadly Premonition. It says the best bad game ever. That's the first video that comes up. I talked for too long about Deadly Premonition. My experience with Deadly Premonition. Okay, I'm interested. I want to know about it. I'm putting it on my watch later. This is an hour and 30 minutes? My goodness. Wait. Okay, this person just talked. There's a lot of talk pieces on this video game. What's up with this game? It's like the show Twin Peaks. Huh. Yeah, even Matt McMuscles did something on it. I used to watch his stuff. I need to watch more of his stuff. I missed the like what happened stuff. I haven't watched that in so long. Like, let's see. Like, how many of these videos have I like it's been so long since I've been on this channel. What would I be interested in? The Evil Within will be a good one to watch. Mad Max would be a good one. Yeah, see, it's been forever since I actually watched. Been over a year. Yeah, this is a really good channel. You guys should watch his stuff if you like video games. He gives you like a rundown and little history of these games and what happened to them. Were you into wrestling games? On your emulators, you should play SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth. I was really into them. Not so much anymore, but I did download Def Jam Fight for New York and Def Jam Vendetta. Mario 64 is great for retro. Guys, we were talking about great story games. Okay. All right. Moving on. All right, let's watch this, and then I'm getting off, guys. Brian Wright, Spurs. Here we go. Watch Brian Wright react to day one in the NBA draft. Which one should I watch? This one looks better. I'm going to go with the Spurs one. Yeah. If I could go with the Spurs or the KSAT, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with the Spurs. And this is a really nice camera they got on here. Look at this.
So how was it going?
My goodness.
It was good. It was good.
You can see Brian Wright in all his glory. All right, let's watch this. No closed caption, though. Sorry, guys.
You know, still getting used to this 2-night format, but
a little loud.
Excited with the outcome, and I think we
2-night format. Is it excessive? I don't know if it's excessive or not.
Got two great young players to add to the group going forward, and a little surprised. But
SmackDown versus Raw 07 is actually the best. Real talk. Audio gonna be scuffed either way. This one sounds okay.
It ended up being a great night for us.
There's a lot of speculation about people trying to pry that number 2 pick from you. Was there any tempting offers that you had to think about?
I think at this time of year you have to go through a process, right? Like you have to answer the phone. But I think early on we knew kind of what we wanted to do and the potential of, the player there. So, we listened to things as it came in, but I think we were pretty locked in.
By the way, I do want to bring this up because, as you guys know, I love Reno. But I've been seeing that sentiment a lot, Phyllis. It's like to think we could have got Reno at 38. I think it's one of those things where what the Spurs actually want to do, I don't think they wanted to get 3 rookies. I think what they wanted to do is, which is kind of funny, it's kind of weird because over the past few drafts, I've kept saying this, that I don't want to draft a center because I'm like, we just have better options there, right? Like, okay, I wanted Sohan because he's a little bit more versatile as far as what we can get. Wemby, he's a center, but he can do so many different things. Obviously, you pick Wemby, he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. And then you go into the next draft, it's like, I don't want a center. You get Steph Castle, he's the best one available. And it's kind of been like that, right? Dylan Harper. And this draft was the first time where I was content with getting a center at 14, especially if it was Malawach, right? Because I just assumed Carter Bryant would be gone. But I think what the Spurs want to do, they wanted to get 2 rookies And I think for a big man, they're just going to get somebody in free agency. That's what I'm assuming. I'll be very upset if we don't do it. But I'm pretty sure they want somebody that's a little bit more experienced, so they're not dealing with 3 rookies and dealing with a rookie center or whatever. Maybe you can get a backup center later, but I don't know. Historically, Spurs' best centers have been veterans at a good price point. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like centers, especially young centers, good defensive young centers, not in the draft, but in general, going to be pretty expensive, right? I really want Walker Kessler. I just wonder what he would cost, I wonder what he would cost. But yeah, if you can just get kind of an older center and just roll with it, you're probably fine. I've seen people bring up Vucevic, if that's something you want to try to do. I don't know. Kessler seems pricey. He's probably going to be pretty pricey. Hey man, don't write off Al Horford. You can just get you a backup center. Just one that's decent defensively, right? But yeah, you don't have to go all out, I don't think. But or even Brook Lopez. Yeah, you don't have to go too out there.
There's been a lot of talk about position overlap with Dylan and Steph. And,
it's so stupid. Please.
How do you see that shaking
I hate it.
What are your thoughts on it?
You're not worried about it.
I think I've said this over the years that like positions in this day and age don't matter as much. We just saw playoffs where the team that won had a 6'5" wing that guarded a center, right? And you start to put offensive skill sets together and having multiple ball handlers, multiple people that can create, multiple people that can put pressure on the rim and make life easier for other players on the floor. I think that's an advantage, and I think we can do that for all 48 minutes. And so I'm not as concerned about positional overlap and trying to find skills and people that can put us in advantage situations and be able to play off that, and he can definitely do that.
You said
exactly. Like, it's so silly to like sit here and worry about it. Worry about it so much. So dumb. Horford is 39, Lopez is 37. Feel like they'll go younger, like Kessler or Nas. I don't think that they are going to want to spend the amount of money that would take to get like a young guy, or the amount of resources it'll take to trade for a younger, defensive center, right? And so, like, at the point that someone brought up, we did switch out centers like throughout our entire duration throughout the dynasty. Like, we didn't just have one backup center for Duncan the entire time. And yeah, isn't Nas going back anyways? So
you were surprised? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a little surprised. We had not at number 2,
right?
But we had Carter pretty high on our board. And actually made some moves to potentially go and get him. And so to get him at 14 was a pleasant surprise for us tonight.
What did you like about Carter?
Do you think there is a chance for us to get Giannis? No. I mean, we could, but I don't know. Reports say Spurs are eyeing Giannis. We'll see. I don't think so, though. I could be wrong. I don't think so, though.
Maybe get the possibility.
I don't think they give up so much.
Yeah, I think he's super versatile. He's a big wing that we think can guard 4 positions. He spaces the floor well. He's a really good athlete. I think he's a smart young kid, and I think he's got the right character and makeup that we look for. So I think we're excited that he was there. And again, a little surprised, but we think he adds, a new dimension to this team going forward.
How long ago
Johnny's
did you
right.
lock in on
Johnny in chat, or not Johnny, I'm sorry, your name is John, man. Sorry, dude. And Chad is completely right. He said Carter Bryant plays the game in the future tense, always a split second ahead. I would start him immediately. Well, I don't agree with that part, but just to show everybody on the team what being active with purpose looks like. I don't agree with the last part, but you are right. Like, yeah, he's split second ahead, very smart. Yeah, that's one thing people don't bring up a lot. He is a smart player.
Well, we scouted all year, so I think it's.
Oh, he'll be starting at the end of the year, in your opinion? Yeah, maybe.
Been, a bit of a 2-player race up at the top, and even dating back to high school, there's some conversation in that, but. We didn't necessarily lock in until we knew he had the pick, and then obviously you do the homework. But we knew what type of player he was, and so once we were there, we were pretty confident. when it came to trading up for Carter? At what point did you realize that you didn't need to do that? At 13. You never know. And so you're on the phone and you're trying. And
I heard from the grapevine, that the Spurs thought that they could get him when it got around 10. That's what I heard from the grapevine. Don't tell anybody I told y'all that. Does it matter? No, doesn't really matter. But now you know some information that you didn't know before. I think it was 10. I think it was 10. That's what I heard.
You know, things just kind of break sometimes. So.
Backup big is still a need. Do you think that can be addressed in free agency? And just what are your thoughts in general about that?
Yeah.
That period.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. It's a fun time in the NBA because all these things happen back to back. So I think we start with the second round tomorrow and kind of see where things go, and then we'll flow into free agency.
We could expect Carter and Harper at Summer League reps.
Yeah, I think we'll get them here and kind of see how everybody's doing and feeling. But that's the hope, yeah. You mentioned the second round, obviously.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with it. By the way, guys, the Atlanta Hawks, I was laughing at them at first with the whole Porzingis thing because I was like, that won't make a difference. We'll still get a good pick. Now I'm like, oh, actually, they made some pretty good moves. And the Pelicans, I have no idea. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want. It was the Pelicans. No, it wasn't the Pelicans. Was it the Nets? Maybe it wasn't the Pelicans. Who's the team that took Dimon? It was the Nets, right? It was the Nets. Okay, I was like, what are they doing? It was the Nets I was thinking about, not the Pelicans. The Nets was like, well, the Pelicans' decision making was kind of confusing too. But the Nets in particular, I was like, bro, what is going on? What? I think even when we were live, I was like, who just took Dimon that early? Why would you do that? Like, that was a player that definitely could have fell pretty late. That was stupid. That was a big reach.
Out of that reportedly today. What did you see, or why did you end up making that move? I think, you know, we
drafted 4 point guards. Good God. Yeah, they're just trying to have tryouts. They wasted their picks for some tryouts. It's stupid.
Each thing out and try to project forward, and you know how we have our board set up, and so sometimes it makes sense to make some decisions early, and you can always adjust and react accordingly if needed.
Is there a bid you have in mind in free agency? I mean, is that
they're not gonna say that.
Can't tell you that time.
A few days off.
What if he just told us like everything? That'll be funny.
Was perhaps targeting a big in the draft? Was that on the to-do list?
Also, I don't think I think we've talked about.
I think. Can I answer this? I'll answer this for you, Brian. Right? They were probably just choosing the best available, and that's kind of how we went about it when we were looking at the big board, right? Like on the big board, I was like, okay, dude, like this is the best player available, Bryant or Carter Bryant. If he's gone, then it's Malawatch, right? And you're just gonna keep flipping between them because it was like some small forwards that were really great, but the most important thing is you're not going to grab another point guard, right? Like that was the main thing, but you're going to grab what we need, but the best players available in those positions. Luckily for us, the best players available also were the positions we needed. So, yeah.
We don't ever approach the draft and just trying to fill a need, right? I think there's a lot of ways to build your team out, and the draft is the chance that you get to add someone who you think can fit long term. And so you want to take the long-term talent, and you know you can figure the roster out in terms of immediate fit, you know, in different ways. As you went through this process and learned more about Dylan, was there anything that you learned that surprised you about him and the young man that he is?
That's a good question.
He's got a rare confidence with humility. He's a very down-to-earth, simple kid. Loves basketball, and after spending time with him throughout the process, you can tell that he knows he's a good basketball player, but he wants to be part of a group. He wants to be part of a team. He's willing to sacrifice. He's willing to work for it. And the more we spent time with him, the more we felt confident in that. And again,
that's crazy. He sounds like Wembanyama. That's crazy. He sounds like Jeremy Sohan. That's crazy. He sounds like Carter Bryant. That's crazy. He sounds like Steph Castle. That's crazy.
You talk to a lot of people around the kids, these young men, to try to get an understanding of who they are and what they're about, and he really confirmed that for us when we spent time with him.
Have any conversations with his dad?
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
Ron Harper.
We did. It was great because you get some great historical stories, NBA stories. So I don't know how much we told him. We kind of just listened to his stories because they were great, and we had a nice little time together.
Ron Harper must talk a lot. That sounds like Ron Harper talks a lot. Hold on, real quick. Ron Harper, he's funny, bro. You go to his Twitter. Let me see. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this. What the heck? This white woman perfectly explains what black fatigue is. Black fatigue is when I can hear you 10 aisles away in Walmart. Is when you have no idea how to act in public. Oh my God. And he says, shut up. He says, shut up. The Spurs allowed Dylan Harper to wear number 2. The disrespect. Kawhi's number deserves to be retired. Disgusting. He's still playing, I think. Let's see. Dylan Harper low-key lame for taking it in the first place. The number? Shut up. Okay, they need to just take his Twitter away, bro. Okay? You need to take his Twitter away. I react the same way, though. Oh, my God, he's reacting to all of it. The only thing disrespectful about this is these accounts ruining a special moment for this 19-year-old kid with their fake outrage. It is fake outrage. This whole thing is fake outrage. They would know how it feels anyway. Let them troll. Oh, okay. He knows how the internet works. Wait, what is this? That's a troll? Have you guys ever used the troll emoji? As a parent, your ceiling is your child's floor. This is peak greatness. He said, thanks. Wow. Oh, he says shut up. Who you say shut up to? What do you say here? Nico said, fortune favors the bold. And on behalf of Mavs fans everywhere, I wanted to break a TV. Says Nico Harrison has no right to take a victory lap on the Mavericks landing Cooper flag. Shut up. All right. I guess there's a cop helping somebody with their car or whatever. I swear, God, I did not know it was this many replies. It was something else I saw that I thought was funny, and now I'm just like, wait. This is a lot. All right, here's the ones I saw. So Ron Harper said he does everything better than his dad. And then Robert said, I hope so. I hope you do, son. Proud dad. And then he responded to Manu Ginobili saying that he was happy to have Dylan Harper. And he said, thanks. I hope you spend some time with him too. I guess he's not aware that Manu literally is around the team all the time. But yeah, he's funny, bro. He's funny. He just tell people to shut up all the time. He's like, shut up. Good to see you again, Clan. Thanks for the super chat.
How much do you see, you have guys obviously Dylan, I got it. And then Steph comes from a basketball family
I
as
agree,
well.
Max.
How much do you see from guys like that who have the pedigree? How much does it reflect in their own character and habits and stuff like that?
You know what's great is the first time that they're hearing a tough message or the truth about basketball isn't coming from us or coming from a coach. They get that at home. How hard you have to work, what it takes to be great, what it means to sacrifice and be part of something great. They get that. And so we're reinforcing something that they've already been taught versus we're trying to teach something for the first time, and we think both have that in space.
Big picture, Brian, is
that is something that people don't bring up. When you come from NBA lineage, that's super important, right? That you have that type of mentality. I think Bronny has that mentality, honestly.
I feel like everything's coming together like you envisioned it, and where are you now as far as the playoff picture?
I think what we've tried to do is just put one foot in front of the other, stay head down, and hopefully we look up someday and we're right where we want to be. but not.
By the way, somebody said as long as Ron doesn't turn to like an Uncle Dennis, he'll be fine. He's Uncle Dennis never been in the NBA. Okay, Ron Harper won championships. He knows what it takes. He knows how much of a class act the San Antonio Spurs are. But also keep in mind, like I think at least from what we've seen, Dylan Harper's biggest influence has been his mother, actually. As far as being a player and all that good stuff, that's been his biggest influence, I think. I mean, obviously, it's obviously his dad. It's super important. I just know, like basketball wise, he said that. I don't know if he said it or I forget. No, I think he actually did say it, that his mom has been the biggest part of his basketball journey as far as being a better player and everything, because she coached him and everything. So I don't know.
Putting the cart before the hearse.
I don't know if it means anything. I'm just saying.
A lot of work to do over the coming months and coming years. But our hope and goal is to be there, as soon as we can.
I'm sorry, Brian. Like he's here. Exactly, July. Just like Halliburton has his dad at games, Ja has his dad. Now Spurs, Dylan has his dad. Yeah, exactly. It's around the league, man.
There have been some additions to the coaching staff. What can you
his mom is pretty.
Say about Sean and Corliss and what they bring?
Yeah, I think we're really excited about them. That process was a pretty thorough one in terms of analyzing where we could utilize some help and how they both helped us and just their background, their experiences. Both of them have a defensive bend. Both of them are very sharp and serious and hardworking and willing to be part of a team. And so just like we do the background work on players, we do the same on staff and coaches. And so I know we're excited about what they bring to the team, and they're already getting to work and putting long hours in and trying to figure out how we take the next step.
Exactly. We went over that too. Don't forget what Bruce Bowen said. He's close to Dylan's dad, and apparently Ron Harper thinks a lot of the Spurs organization. Yep.
And is it
that was a
accurate
bombshell.
that Wemby is not going to be involved in Eurobasket?
I don't want to speak too much to that, but I will say, his rehab process is going well, and we're hopeful for the future.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, thank you.
Good stuff, man. We are going in a great direction. I'm so excited. I am so excited, y'all. You have no idea. Yeah, Ron is in the Spurs family now. Yeah, he is. He really is. Well, that was nice. Now I got to think about what I'm going to upload tomorrow. Can we try to get Aiden from the Blazers? How much is Aiden going to be? You guys mentioned people I'm not really... I mean, I know. I just know his contract. What? No, I don't like DeAndre Ayton. As a backup, that's insane, but I don't like him. That's a guy that was drawing freaking David Robinson comparisons and lived nowhere near up to that. Not even close. Nowhere near up to that. 35 million. 35 a year? No, guys, we're good. You don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. 35? Since Portland needs wings, it has 4 centers. At this point in free agency, you're probably looking at a center that's going to be cheap. If you can find somebody that's cheap. More than likely, that's what you're doing at this point. And I don't blame them for that. Clan, do you think Champagny makes the rotation next year? Yeah. Yeah, of course. He should. Champagne, this is a little hyperbolic, but like basically playing through him at the beginning of the season. But yeah, of course. You know what I should do? You guys are asking like certain questions. You know what I should do? I should put I should find a time for Switch Hill to be able to come on. Cause he's really good with that type of stuff. Like when it comes to salaries and what things will look like. He's good with coming up with scenarios. I should put him on. I know he's gonna start his channel back up maybe pretty soon. Hopefully pretty soon. He's really good with that stuff. We don't need even a phenomenal center. We legit need at least a net neutral guy for center. That's really what it comes down to. I've kind of like centers are so like those defensive centers, man. It's kind of a weird thing, right? Like they're very expensive, and they can affect winning, but they're not the most important thing to affect winning for you to put so much resources into getting one. Yeah, you really just need like a decent one that just keep you at a neutral. Spurs haven't had a legitimate backup center. Actually, when was the last time we've had a backup center, guys? The last legit center we had made was Yaka, but like, what about a backup center? Zach Collins? Zach Collins isn't a center. He's like a power forward. Tiago Splitter? Tiago Splitter started. What about Bobo? I don't know, man. I gotta look into Bobo because I legitimately have not watched Bobo play in like forever. So I don't want to just like give you an answer. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Probably leave that up to people in the chat if you guys been watching them. I don't know. Boban would be cool. Not even gonna lie, that would be cool. Alberto was the last time. Oh, you're saying Boban was the last time? Yeah, Boban probably was the last time, but he didn't play. Looking cute, but not answering my question. Clanny Poo, who should Spurs trade Keldon for? Literally any big man. Any big man, any competent shooter. I wonder what his value even is right now. Because I know the Spurs, we got away with not trading him with the Fox thing, right? He was officially on the whole trading circuit. But we got away with it. Got away with murder, actually. How are you feeling about the value of the Atlanta picks now? East is wide open next season due to injuries. I am not excited. I don't think the pick will be as good. Hopefully, though, it'll be like a mid first round. But as far as it being a lottery, I don't think it'll be a lottery anymore. So it's not as strong as it was, which is okay. I mean, our dynasty literally has begun now, right? Like, so it doesn't really matter that much, right? We got really lucky with this draft. I thought that it would take maybe another season because I didn't expect us to get the second overall pick. But yeah, it doesn't matter that much. Trade Keldon for Yang. That was a stretch that early. That was a little bit of a stretch, not gonna lie to you. Sign Bobo. Everybody wants Bobo. It'll be fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whatever happened to Mo Bamba? I wanted Mo Bamba so we can sing the song. The Bamba song. That was the only reason. It had nothing to do with his game. Where is he? Nance Jr. still in the league? I do want Yabusele. Brooke Lopez. He's tight with Mitch Johnson? Huh. That'd be a good one. I didn't know he was tight with Mitch Johnson. Are you telling us to hire the Yakuza? I don't think we should hire the Yakuza. That might not be a good idea. They will be a problem for us in the future. Klingon? Brooke and Mitch were teammates at Stanford? Are we talking about Mitch Johnson? How old is Brooke Lopez? Yes. Huh. Yeah, Mitch can hoop. Huh. Wow. I didn't know that. I literally had no idea. Okay. Seems like a good idea. But it's alright. We'll be live again pretty soon. Maybe that's something we can talk about. You guys bring that up again. We can go over it. Yeah, I was not aware of that. But yeah, guys, I'll be back live probably Monday. We'll probably be live Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. Maybe even Thursday night, but I might be going back Thursday, but maybe Thursday night. So we'll be live like 3 nights in a row, and I need you guys to bring as many topics as you can, as many things that you want to talk about, because I do want to upload all those segments while I'm out in Japan, right? So that will mean a lot to me if you guys can do that. And yeah, so, and obviously I'll live stream a few times when I'm out there. But But yeah. Finna bust. All right. Well, have a good time, man. Next topic, Dylan's mom. All right. You bring that up, and maybe we'll go over her history. All right. See ya. All right.